Hi, hello, hi. How is everybody? We are getting started with another Tuesday evening stream. We have a mug of sip ready. We have our birds also at the ready. We have our little lineup here. We have Pigeon from our first stream, and we have our little moss swallow from the second bird stream, and the red lace also from our second bird stream. And we are going to see, hopefully, if my time management skills and my sketching speed will allow, we'll see 2 more birds today. 2 more whole birds. I have to decide exactly what I want them to look like, but I know what they're supposed to be. So we have that part figured out already. Oh gosh, I'm very dehydrated right now. So, I hope everyone is having the loveliest of lovely days. I think we are just going to hop right into the burdening. The burdening? Oh, I don't know if that's the right word. It sounds like I'm a burden to people. Bird up. Have a sippy already? My mug was like not even full actually when I started this stream, so I'm gonna have to refill it real quick. Even without the assisted sippies. Alright, let us... Another sippy! No, I'm not gonna refill it yet. It's not empty. You silly goose. Yes, here's our little red lace from last time. Last time being Saturday stream. Soon. Soon indeed. We shall make a new little group for our layers. And so I have a special little treat. It is Valentine's Day, of course. So we have to do something Valentine's Day themed, don't we? And what bird loves more fiercely than the noble puffin? I was thinking, this section of my world most certainly deserves to have puffins in it. What section of the world would not? And so, I have come up with, in my brain, the Goran puffin. And these are puffins who reside in Balogor, in kind of like the frozen north, but they come down to Arsavella in the colder months to get away from the harsh cold of the north. So it's a little migration. So during the colder months, we have little puffins hopping around the rocks of northern Arsavella. I like puffins. Definition of a pupper has changed over time. I called a cute slime a pupper the other day. Oh, oh goodness. I mean, what is a slime if not a weird dog? You know? Okay, I'm gonna rely real quick on Google to tell me what a puffin actually looks like. Just so I can get the general anatomy down. Oh, let's pull up our little dual screen here. Bam. Look, we got puffins. Oh, we even have this little diagram here. There's 3 puffins and a rhinoceros auklet. Smithsonian Ocean wants me to know my puffins. Know your puffins, see? Yes, it's a rhinoceros auklet. There are 4 different species of puffins. These dapper birds all live in the northern hemisphere and spend lots of time at sea. The Atlantic puffin is the only puffin to live in the Atlantic Ocean, while the remaining 3 live in the Pacific. It's cute. So our side of the world only has 1 puffin. I think we're on the losing side. But of course, all of these puffins are wonderful, but I really like the hair going on this one on the left. Just kind of whoosh, you know? I think I could definitely work with something like that. I would love to have a decorated puffin. And yes, so it looks like, okay, 3 of these puffins look like what I imagine puffins to kind of look like, and the one on the bottom just kind of looks like a regular bird, but it has like a little horn. Like a little... It's not what I anticipated a puffin would look like. These puffy yuffy yuffings. I like these birds. They're cute. So yeah, if these are the only 4 species of puffin, then that makes my referencing really easy. I have a picture of all 4 of them on my screen right now. So, let us decide. Okay, I guess first question. Seems like the common theme here is like, yes, they're black and white. Do we want to be like the left one where it's like the whole body is just black and just like little white face? Or do we want the white belly too? I kinda like the classic white belly. I don't know, like every time I think about a puffin, I always imagine them as looking more like penguins. But they don't look like penguins. Or like they don't like stand like them, you know what I mean? Penguin colored. Penguin themed, if you will. But not the same creature by any means. So yes. Puffins. Yeah, I think I will go with the kind of like similar look, kind of like white belly. But then I just like, it seems like all the excitement is in the beak. So just deciding what I want that big beak to look like, where the colors go, where the stripes go. They have some really cool patterns going on. So it'd be fun to just kind of explore what that might look like in my vision of a puffin. And so these puffins who reside in Balogorn come down for their little winter vacations in somewhere slightly warmer. For the... Okay. So again, we'll just do our little rough sketch. Get some shapes down. That's a head. It's supposed to be like a billion times smaller than the body, so we're just gonna make that a billion times smaller. Some basic shapes. Get those little tails in there. A little belly. Yeah, so we'll have a beak kind of like about that size. The eye would be about there. And that's just the generic puffin shape that we will kind of play with as we do this. Just lay our detail over that. Little underlayer sketch. How's that? Let's see, is this small enough? Yeah. And so here we have little puffin. So I notice a lot of them kind of have this like kind of crescent-y thing going on with the eyes. Or I get a lot of them, half of them do. So that is a fun kind of shape to play with. I want... I do like kind of like the black strip coming up from the beak, going all the way to the back, just kind of like framing the face. I think that is a good look. What if instead of instead of hugging the entire face, we make this part of the little eye crescent and we make that connect up there. I kind of don't like how I did the upper part. So we kind of have this thing going on here. Yeah, since this whole thing is black, I don't mind kind of like scribbling it in, like I'm etching in those lines. And so now this entire section here is going to also be black. What if... Yeah, okay, I like that. We just make those kind of like that part in front of the eyes white and the part behind where the little like eyeliner is. This part of the face will also be white. I like that. I like the way that looks. You know, I like the little pocket of color like in the cheek that they have. So maybe that corner there is also going to be something. Maybe I'm trying to work a little zoomed out so I can focus less on like tiny details. I figure it might be cool if you guys could actually see what I'm doing. Maybe, potentially. This brush looks really bad up close. It's one of those, it's one of like the default, not default, it's one of the free brushes kind of offered by like Adobe. If you have the Adobe suite, you could just kind of download these brushes for free on their website. Honestly, I don't even know if you need to have it to download it, but you need to have it to use it, so what's the point, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah. Puffins! It's puffin time! Yeah, I'm making a puffin for my world. Managed to steal a founder's tag. Ooh. Sure did. Welcome in, welcome in. And we are just on a whole month of bird art. And honestly, I'm having a blast. And the bird of the day is puffins. We have another bird of the day, potentially, if I can get through this one in a reasonable time frame. And I will get to that one when I get to it. A little seat adjustment real quick. Ooh. My floors are a little bit uneven, so it's always difficult to roll my chair around. But you know what? Even if my floors are a little uneven, I actually adore my new apartment. So I really can't even complain. Gosh, I'm scribbling way too much because I'm zoomed all the way in like this. So there's our lovely beak shape. So we're gonna have we're gonna have this little crease here be beak opening. And now, oh, I think, okay, I'll finish sketching, or not sketching, but like outlining maybe the rest of the bird, deciding what I want the belly pattern to look like, how I just want this to go. And you know, I want to know, I need like an actual photo of the puffin to see kind of how their wings function, what they look like. You know, I kind of didn't realize that puffins flew. I feel like that should be common knowledge, but I just never put two and two together that these are flying birds. Probably because they look so much like penguins. Oh, look at this little guy. He's sitting. He's just a little loaf. Oh, look at this guy. Big. Oh, this is actually a good picture. It's just what they look like when their beaks are open. You know? They're very good creatures. Look at them. How can you not love a bird like this? Why does he look so sad? Yes, I'm on a mission. I need to... Basically just trying to figure out how their feathers work. What their actual, like, natural patterning is. And once I know... Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that little look at that little guy. His wings are so tiny. They look so little. They look like they can't fly. Okay. Okay. You doing a steppy? Okay, I just want to see what your wings look like. Yes, the wings kind of just... They do come out this way. Yeah, I really sketched them in as like not having proper wings, but they really do be having proper wings. Oh, what has happened? Jexy B has followed. Hello. Thank you. Welcome in. How are you? We're drawing birds. We have this lovely little guy. We're drawing puffins. Uh-oh. Seems as though my headset might be running a little low on battery. Because I'm a little goober and I didn't charge it. So we're gonna just... What up? Look at that cute boy. Oh, thank you. I have to plug in some stuff. I can't see. Oh. We're gonna have the wired experience today, boys. Oh yeah, look how angry my headset is glowing right now. God, I can't. Is it even charging? I think so. Maybe. This usually works, so if it's not working and I just stop hearing things, well... Okay. If I die, I die. Can you give the puffin a blue beak? You know? I could definitely give Puffin a blue beak. I think that is perfectly within the realm of reason. And if it's not the whole thing that's, if I don't make the whole thing blue, at least part of it will be. So it looks like they have like a lot of different colors going on. I have to draw little puffin flippies. Little fluffy butts. Puffin flipper. Oh, there's... Alright, so we have the outline of a little boy. Lovely little creature. And here we have our little, maybe we have our little pattern going like this. Look at those ducky feet. Yeah, you got little ducky feet. Waddles around. You know, the swans at my local pond were in full force today. There were so many of them. They have like little swan shelters and habitats in my town. They're like a town mascot pretty much. So if you fuck with the swans, the town council will absolutely fuck with you. It's a real fuck around and find out kind of situation. And honestly, you mess with the swans, they'll probably get to you first. They're free. You fuck with the swans, you get the beak. Yeah, they'll bite you. They are not nice birds. Very nice to look at, not very nice birds. Here's our sketched up little puffin. Little black wings too. Getting bitten, getting a swan. You gotta weigh the pros and cons. Sure, you'll get bitten, but you'll have a swan. Very true. Yeah, I've been very tired today. I've been very disgruntled today because they made us go back to work at the office today, if you can believe that. I spent a whole week at home, living life, working from home. It was delightful and beautiful. I had my entire snack stash available to me at all hours of the day. Now I'm back at the stinky office. Yes, having a swan is better than going to work. I am fully with you on that. Yeah, so I'm trying to get it across with this one that the feathers are dark without maybe like using a color to color in the dark. We'll see. Like the whole point of these is that they're supposed to be super sketchy. Would you rather have $1 million or 1,000,000 mind-controlled swans? You know, I feel like having 1,000,000 mind-control swans would be worth, like, monetarily more than $1 million. And if they're mind-controlled swans, I can commit a lot of crimes with them. So that means I'd get more money. Yeah, see? Every swan mugs somebody for $1. Crime birds. Moshpit Monk, you are full of wisdom. I'm glad we were on the same page with that whole conundrum. Give the swan $1 or get bit. And you don't want to get bit by the swan. Like, tell me, if a swan came to mug you, would you not just give it everything you have? Everything you're holding, it belongs to the swan now. Oh gosh, and I know we're all here for Birdstream. And so I don't know how immediately interested everyone in the current audience is. But I did finally put together a little article on WorldAnvil summarizing what I submitted for the WorldAnvil World Building Awards 2022. So I could definitely pull that up at some point and just show you guys all the stuff that I submitted. Do I think any of it will win? Probably not. I have high hopes for specifically one thing that I've submitted, and that's it. But that one thing, absolutely. I have very little faith that it at least. I bungled that entire sentence. I have high faith in that thing that it will at least perform well in the eyes of whoever sees it. But I feel as though there are so many crazy, wild map makers in the community that my map is not. I don't know if it's like the best of the cohort, but it's certainly wonderful. I'm very proud of that map. Yeah, so here we have a puffin. Should I? Okay, so you wanted a blue beak for this puffin. What about feet? What color should his feeties be? So we could go with this kind of like characteristic orange. What about feet? Yeah, you volunteered a color for the beak, but what about the feets? So I do like the orange for little bird ducky feet. I almost want to do kind of like a little transition from orange maybe into blue. That could be pretty cool. Classic orange. Yeah. Little creamsicle color. It's not quite creamsicle, it's a little too dark. Let's see. All right, for like the beak detail, what flavor of blue are we thinking? Are we thinking like a sky blue, an electric blue? I don't know about electric blue, but like, I'm just gonna smear this on real quick. Like, what about this color? Like, is that the kind of like hue that we like? Look at this blue. Definitely a color to consider. I don't know, like maybe beak orange, put blue on the tip, like lipstick. Oh. Kissy bird. Yeah, what if we had something like this going on where it's just like it's an interesting little transition from a blue into an orange? For some reason we just have blue feets. Desaturating it a little, so it kinda. I like that as a color for him. Look at him, he's so good. He's so cute. I think I want to establish some actual like proper patterning on the beak. So we're gonna try to do, oh, let's see kind of what they have going on here. They're like radically different, so I can kind of just do whatever I feel like. I do like the way that the Atlantic puffin just has like kind of like the main triangle and then like a triangle in front of that that's just like the rest. So like this look going on. I think that's really cool. I don't know if I want to do exactly the same thing, you know? Who were sending me things? My mom just texted me Happy Valentine's Day. I like this kind of irregular pattern, like we're breaking it up. I'm a fan of that. Maybe Maybe we mirror? Hmm. Okay, we will see. We'll see maybe what this looks like after I color it. I'm kind of thinking, what if we have that blue color in here? What if we also have the blue here? What if the blue is the little strip down coming this way? I kind of like that mix of colors. It's not quite exactly what you have asked for. However, very similar. Gosh, I'm very excited to be here drawing these birds, but I also am just ravenously hungry and I cannot stop thinking about the dinner I'm gonna go make after the stream. So I'm so ready. I'm making fat taco rice bowls. And I'm just so hyped for it. Little orange eyes. Ooh. They're good creatures. I like these birds. Maybe we get like a light blue. Yeah, we get this light blue in here, and we essentially do the exact opposite of what you requested. And we put the orange on his lipstick, and we make the blue the actual beak. I don't know, I like this boy. I think he's very cute. And that's him. That's the Gorin Puffin. He's a very handsome young lad. You know, this whole time I've been doing like these little double drawings. I don't know how I would describe it. Like I'm drawing the bird itself and I'm drawing like a detail of something. I don't know, I'm kind of just not feeling that right now. At least I don't know what I would do, because I feel like the thing you would put the detail on right now is like this beak. But I've already done that. That's it. Maybe if there's a variation of it, I could draw like a second version. Like I don't know, how different do these birds tend to look? Hmm. Because it seems like at least in the real world, each individual species of puffin is pretty like standard. Like this is what they look like. This is this is the kind of beak that they have. They don't really differentiate. But I mean, it's also my world, so I can just make up the rules. I can say, ah, there's a slight variation. It could just be totally different. Or maybe we have that not falling off the screen. What if I make a silly little detail? Like what if I get one of these pictures like, oh, look at this guy. Beautiful little lad. And I just make like a whole beak full of fish. Oh, this one's staring like directly into your soul. Beautiful. This one looks concerned, like deeply concerned. I think that's just I think that's just the way like their eyes are like kind of curved that way. They're like little crescents, so they just look super concerned. Like, look at him. He looks sad. Looks like he's doing a little sad face. And this one's yelling. That guy yells. But anyway. So yeah, we'll just draw a little headshot of this guy having a little munch. I like that. And I feel like I can just kind of rip these little drawings at any point and just kind of use them in my world building. If I ever decide to make like a dedicated article to these birds, look, they'll already have some art. I just think that's really neat. So I am not fully world building any of these creatures. I'm just kind of coming up with concepts that I like, making up little birds kind of on the spot, just based on the little prompts. Ah, and as far as the prompts are concerned, I'm definitely making this little puffin for the bond prompt, because I think these might be one of those birds that's just like the most well known for having like these forever bonding like mating pairs. I think I read earlier today even that they live for what, like 25 years? And they reach sexual maturity at like 5 or something. I'm not sure. And that whole time, they pick someone and they stick with them forever. They're so good. And if they don't have a friend, they'll die. So let's get this look going. And to make sure that I even understand my own drawings. There's just a lot of weird geometry in this bird. Puffins are just arranged very strangely as creatures. They look they look weird. I love them, but they look weird. Little fish. Just piling in those fish. It's got a whole mouthful. This bird is eating good today. Just etching these lines. Oh, such a handsome little lad. I just think birds are so lovely in all their weirdness and their strangeness, because you have to admit, for every pretty bird, there's like 6,000 weird-looking ones. And then we have absolute gems of creatures like the kakapo. I will have to make a large ground parrot for my world at some point. If I don't, it'll be considered a crime. Oh. My body. Oh, it seems I have fundamentally misunderstood the anatomy of the creature I designed. I'm being a very silly goose at the moment. Alright. It's alright, everybody. We've redeemed it. We've figured out where we are. It seems I'd forgotten for quite some time. Okay, we have done something. Here we go, here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful little creature. I'll just scribble this in, it's okay. Now let's just get some color in there, and I think we can call this boy good and done. Uh-oh, I grabbed the wrong color. Program, why must you fail me so consistently? My little pen scribbles in there. And get some color down there, because I think the thing is visible over there. And we have that. We have this nice sky blue. I almost forgot the little strip of dark blue. And boom, we have Puffin. A little detail view is not quite as exciting as I hoped it would be. I think it's just an issue with how I drew it, but that's okay. Not here for extreme detail. I think I will just color in these fishes super, super lightly. So we can kind of acknowledge them as being kind of a separate thing. Wait, hold on, that's not supposed to be blue, because that's the white part of the puffin. No, I think I kind of like the idea of painting these in white. Sketch them in like that. I don't know if it's too much. It might be too much. So I'm sure we can probably infer that the spots left blank here are supposed to be like white coloration. I don't know, it could add a little something something to the drawing. Oh my gosh, and you guys, I didn't even really get to like announce this in real time before because it happened off stream, but I have finally hit my first 100 followers. Isn't that so fun? I just started doing this stuff and now I'm already at 100 people who have decided they like me enough to be notified when I stream. Shadow Malachi, hello, how are you? Oh my gosh. Speak of the devil, my 100th follower. Welcome in, we are drawing a puffin at the moment. I am doing well. I'm very hungry. I'm very a little tired. But these are all things that can be remedied after stream. Because for now, I have lovely little creatures like this puffin to draw. I just want this to be a little smaller. And there he is. My 4th bird of the challenge. I don't think I'm definitely not going to attempt to kind of like clear the entire challenge, like the 27 prompts I think we have. That's just, with my schedule, it's like a little bit too much. I have a lot of other stuff going on. I have like side projects I need to work on. So we're gonna do these little streams, and during these streams I shall work on more birds. I have come up with several more ideas for birds. I keep hitting all the wrong buttons. I'm trying to like hit the little export button. Now, okay, where's my little folder that I've been saving these to? Here we go. Puffin. Now, let us go to my file manager. Get that. Find my puffin file. Drag it in there. And I do think that the red lace I did not add myself as the artist, which I must. Artist Strixline, that is me. And this is my Gorin Puffin. He's a lovely little boy. I love him very much. And now we are going to pop him directly into my article. Just open this up so I can actually see what I'm doing. We extend that out too so things take up less space. Oh god. Tried to grab things and just scrolled up for no reason. Just gonna copy over. I need to refresh this. Oh my gosh, okay. I don't like that that pops up now, telling me that I need to refresh so often. I used to have these article pages open for like hours at a time and not have an issue. So give me the Puffin image, paste. And you are the Gorin Puffin. For prompt number, I don't know what prompt number this was. Take me to the competition homepage, please. I hope they fix that. Yeah, that's, it's just, like it's a minor inconvenience, really. Like it auto saves everything, so refreshing's not like a huge deal. It's not like I'm gonna lose anything. Yes, we did this for Bond, which is prompt 18. So you just put that in there. Or prompt number 18. Bond. Let me get rid of this description for the previous one. Now I must decide how I want to describe this lovely little guy. The Gorin Puffin. Well, not a permanent resident of our Savella. As a frequent winter sighting, as the birds arrive during Yes, the Gorin Puffin, while not a permanent resident of Arsavel, is a frequent winter sighting, as the birds arrive during the colder seasons as visitors from Balogor in the north. I love them. I made them, but I love them. Very good. Oh gosh, you ever have one of those moments where you look at a word that you've typed and you know that it's correct? Like you absolutely know that it is correct. You're like, did I spell that wrong? That looks completely wrong and fake and definitely not like what that word should look like. Being a writer is very difficult. Known to mate for life, these puffins are fiercely protective of their mates and are known to court one another throughout their lives together, the way young lovers do. I think that is a perfect and wonderful little Valentine's Day bird to bring to Bestiary February. So now let us refresh and make sure that the puffin, there he is present, he is there. And now we have a total of 4 birds in our little collection here. I love that. I love seeing it grow like this. They look fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm having so much fun just coming up with these little bird ideas and just drawing them out. And like attempting not to take too much time with each actual drawing, just like keeping them like very sketchy. Like I'm even using like a pencil-y kind of brush to really drive it home. Like this is a sketch. I'm not making finished work. I'm not spending 10 years making each of these. I'm just getting them done. I'm getting the ideas on the little digital paper and putting them out there and releasing them into the world. And you know what? In the future, if I make individual articles for all of these birds, or like even one, then maybe I can make like a fancier art piece for them. Maybe I can make like a proper illustration for them. That'd be super cute. Like I'm really trying to kind of get back into that groove of actually making my own art instead of just relying on like AI for all my little for all like the concepts and the ideas. I'm definitely going to keep using it for kind of the like more high demand kind of things like summer camp. You know, I'm probably going to be doing more AI stuff. Like it was so cool to have that tool available where I could just spend all my time just writing, like churning out words, and I can still make my articles pretty just by having like a generic art piece that kind of fits the vibe of what I'm going for. It's certainly none of the art's going to look like what I really want it to, but that's kind of the trade-off, isn't it, with AI? It makes stuff that already exists. So the thing that you've made up in your brain probably isn't going to come out of that machine. Because it's not out there already. Alright, well. I suppose now we are on to our next little Valentine's Day themed bird. And in this we have the Gorin Puffin, who of course they mate for life, they love each other very much, and they will die without social interaction. Heavily relatable. But now I was thinking we could do something a little funnier. And so this one is going to be for the stock prompt. Same, bro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this one is going to be for the stock prompt. I had the idea. And this bird is going to be the Pines pheasant. And it is not named the Pines pheasant because it lives in the pines. It is going to be named the Pines pheasant because it pines after people. And it doesn't really comprehend that people are not birds, and thus they cannot choose people to be their mates. But they will follow you around, attempting to court you. Kind of like the way people say that ostriches fall in love with their handlers. If you're not careful, these birds are going to fall in love with you. They're going to love you. And so here we can have a look at what a pheasant looks like. Let me pull up the big screen while we're just kind of looking at stuff, looking at references. And we have some lovely, like pheasants in general are just a very lovely bird. And I thought thematically they would fit very well in our savannah and the region that I'm making all these birds for. Because there's kind of like they're definitely these kind of like field birds. There's gonna be a lot of hunting, a lot of just field work. I thought that pheasants would just fit in that environment really well. And so they are absolutely gorgeous birds. Like look at their feathers, they're so cool. And we have the ring-necked pheasant, which I think is like an American bird. I'm not sure. I have no idea actually. But we also have the golden pheasant, which also I think is Asian. I'm literally on Google. I could just look right now. Oh, wild pheasants disappearing in California. So yeah, it's an American bird. Californian pheasants. I think the golden pheasant is an Asian bird. Oh, let's see. It's one of the world's most colorful birds. Does it tell me where they are? Asia is the native home of the golden pheasant. I was right! Could be knowing stuff about birds. They're found in central and southern China. Very cool. And introduced populations of these birds exist in a number of countries, such as the UK. Neat. So yeah, of course, as with the real world, we always have the option of either making these species native to where they are being placed right now in my little world building adventure, or they could have just been introduced from somewhere else. Like someone could have just brought this bird from another country and been like, hey, you guys like birds with cool feathers? Have a bunch. Based in New York, can I see another New Yorker? Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were from New York either. Yep, I'd be out here. Downstate. Yeah, I'm up north. Out there in the central New York. Yes, now that we are done kind of staring at these pictures, we can bring back this little screen. We can keep the references up. We can operate under that model for a little bit longer. I'll make a new group for the Pines pheasant. And so this one's going to be a tough one for me to draw because there's just a lot of details in here. A lot of fun. I feel like there's a lot of drama in pheasants. Like, look at this thing flying and all the tail feathers are just like whooshy whooshy, you know? I don't know what that sound was, but that's just a description of what they look like. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous bird with all sorts of crazy patterns on it. And we're gonna try to make something similar to that. Not a copy, for sure, but we're just kind of sticking with this theme. Like they have these long, showy, very flashy feathers, and those are exactly the feathers that they're going to use to strut their way on over to their next human stalking victim. That they're gonna say, "You, I'm in love with you. Please surrender yourself unto me, because I am the hottest bird you will ever see." It might not work on the humans to attempt to flirt with them in this way, but they will try. Oh my god, they will try. They'll move on eventually, I promise. But when they see you, I can see tales about those birds flirting with anything. Yeah, they're supposed to be very flirty birds, and they have no idea what they're doing. Yeah, like I imagine, like they're not gonna fall in love with a person at first sight, but I imagine if the person starts like interacting with them, the bird's gonna catch feelings. So in the wild, they're okay. Like they mate with each other as normal. But then people start like being nice to them and interacting with them, and they're like, oh, what is this? What is this feeling? I'm in love. And then they never leave you alone. Arguably not the best evolutionary trait for a bird to have, especially in like a fantasy world where they're probably actively being hunted for food. But hey, that's fine. Let me see what pheasants stand like. They look like when they're just being chill. And they don't look too crazy when they're standing. They're just kind of... Their tails are very pointy, but they don't like fan out until they're actually flying, it looks like. I can see a tale in your world about one of them doing that to a powerful human. Yeah, that could be fun. So, okay, let's see. Basic sketch. Getting my shapes in. Not gonna lie to you, I think this is like the best shaping and sketch I've done so far on these streams. All the other ones have looked kind of weirdly lumpy. Maybe it's this time because I'm like actually focusing on the shapes and not just making everything look right. Okay, so here's our base pheasant. Now we have to decide exactly what we want this to look like. Because the silhouette is going to be what defines it as a pheasant. But now the actual design of the bird kind of within that silhouette is going to be what makes it a Malcora pheasant. A fantasy pheasant. A fantascent. I'm very creative. I promise. Kinda. I like birds that have little tufties on the back of their heads like this. So I'm thinking I will include that. It kind of looks a little peacocky, but that's... What is a pheasant if not a less dramatic peacock? If I'm honest with you. I mean, look at them. I think they even have spots on their back. Spots and stripes. It's also not too far off. Like the pheasants look like they have a little something sticking off the back of their heads. And yes, so of course we have the very characteristic like ring neck pheasant, and it has a little ring around its neck. I don't really know if I want to keep that motif for my own. Now, what does the golden one look like? The golden one straight up just does not have that, but it again has like all this crazy coloration and patterning. It's so cool to look at. They're so pretty. And look at that tail. It goes swoop. So yeah, I just really have to decide how exactly I want to represent all of this. Thinking maybe I might make this a little bit less straight up. Oh, itchy eyeball. Ooh. Okay, why is this brush mode on like something weird? Oh, crunchy neck. I don't know what I'm doing with my line work right here. But yes, we shall have something like that. I like the way that looks. That shall be kind of like the basic design of our little pheasant. Glorious. With a lovely tail. I think stripes on the tail seems pretty consistent. And I do like the way that looks. I think it's pretty cool. we just keep that going. Just super basic sketching these in. I think instead of having like a distinct ring neck, maybe we will have kind of this little stripy pattern that kind of goes all the way around. And that can be kind of like one of the color sections. Underneath that, we can have dots. Currently working on a writing commission. Those look good. Thank you. We are going to hopefully come out with a lovely, lovely bird. Maybe we can decide where the wing is going to be. Maybe that's kind of why that looks like that. Yeah, that looks good. We're going to kind of make that. Yeah, we're gonna make that the pattern. And this is about where the wing kind of, like the feather texture becomes really evident. Refreshment time. Goodness, I thought you were already gone. I thought you'd forgotten. Remember, you do need to reclaim your title as Sippy Lord, because frankly, I think Jade has you beat at this point. I haven't finished going through the VOD from the last video, or from the last stream. Your computer died. Oh my gosh, what happened? Why is your computer being unfriendly? It was poisoned. By what? By whom? Rest in spaghetti, never forgetty. So yes, pheasant feathers, very pleasant. Oh, pheasants are such cool looking birds. Yo, the world's largest pheasant? It's located in South Dakota. How big is it? Oh man. Gosh, they're so pretty. Why do pheasants look so nice? They also look very grabbable. Like, you know the way pigeons look very grabbable? Like, you just come in and just like like hamburger. I feel like grabbing a pheasant would be really cool. Not for any nefarious purposes. I just want to hold it. Yeah, I think that might be enough on like the sketching detail. We're just gonna go in and we're gonna drop some colors on this bad boy. Pigeons are grabbable. The pigeons. Have you ever been to Baltimore? The pigeons have murder in their eyes. I must tell you, I have not ever in my life been to Baltimore. I almost went to school there for college, but I didn't because that option was wildly expensive. I mean, it was one of the cheaper. It was one of the cheaper schools I was accepted to, purely because they gave me like a decent enough scholarship. Still, I was gonna end up paying like so much money to be there. Yeah, Micah. I ended up not choosing to go there. That would have been pretty cool too. See, they actually had programs and kind of like the stuff that I ended up wanting to do. My school didn't, though I thought at the time that maybe they did. But it's fine, because when you were a senior, they just let you do whatever you want anyway. So what if we just make this a little yellow? Little golden yellow. This body section here. Gorgeous yellow bird. Maybe if I go for something in kind of like this darker red and a purpley color. Yeah, I did think really hard about potentially going to Micah for art. I don't know, but if I ended up going to that school, I probably would have never started LARPing. So, in the end, I think I won because now I have a bunch of wonderful people in my life. I don't know. I think I kind of came out of that on the winning end of things. Oh, being killed by Pidge is better than LARPing. You know, after some of the stories I've heard, I think you might actually be right there, Mosh Pit Monk. Dude, LARP sucks. It certainly can. I think most, if not all of us in this chat have had some good LARPy times and some bad LARPy times. But we keep coming back, so I assume it's more good times than bad times. Probably. I'm the best at LARP. Yeah? I mean, I think you're pretty good at LARP. Listen, there are plenty of people in this world who are like just distinctly bad at LARP, and I don't mean bad at role playing, I just mean bad at being like a decent human being. So I think you're already like a cut above so many just by not being a terrible human being. Like me, I would argue I'm a terrible role player. I just don't know how to do stuff. And I know your advice to me is always just like, just do. And I'm like, I can't. I don't know how. I try to do, and the do does not do. I'm a much better writer than a role player, because I can actually think about what I need to do and say. At least like text RP. That's like way easier for me. We're gonna have this be kind of like a little less distinctly pink. And yes, there we go. We have some coloration. Yeah, I like where this is going. Maybe we go for... Like all the colors on these pheasants is pretty dramatic. But I could also just make a part of it not so dramatic. Maybe I could take like this like desaturated blue and just make that the belly color. It's a little pheasant fluff. This has been like a very, very fun coloring job though, compared to some of the others. So I don't know, for most of the other birds, it's been kind of like, oh, there's one thing that is like a feature that is colored, and maybe like the rest of the bird is just like one color, or maybe no color at all even. But here, the whole thing is colors. And it's very cool. And so I imagine maybe, in terms of Arsavella's kind of like local lore, maybe the gold neck of this pheasant is kind of what they were trying to emulate with their gilded pigeons in their wings. And they just wanted to see that same color pop up on their pigeons in their city. And before they realized that they completely knocked the brain cell out of the bird, all the city officials were like, oh, we are going to have the most beautiful pigeons delivering our messages. All those other nobles are gonna think we're so cool. And then they got their gilded pigeons and they're like, you want me to go where? With what? I don't even know where my food bowl is. And I just looked at it 2 seconds ago. I also do not know where my food bowl is. Oh. I'm sorry. We'll get you a new food bowl. Oh, I think I like the way this bird is looking. Very, very blue. Adorable burb. Little birds stare directly into your soul. Can I see the puffin? I missed out on the final product when my computer died. Oh no. Well, yes, I can most certainly show you the puffin. There he is! Mr. Puffin! Little ombre feets. He's got a snack. A whole mouthful of snack. Can you put a little kiss on his belly? Little mwah? Yeah, hold on, let me just get like a nice little... little... Mwah. I think it's like a really gross looking lip print, but like... Yeah. Mwah. And yes, now it is pheasant time. A lovely little creature. My paintbrush back. That very light color back so I can... Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Hee-hoo. What was that? So I stopped drawing on it. Gorgeous, gorgeous bird. What color do I want the tail feathers to be? Bring in... We also make them a little gold, but they're maybe a little little dulled compared to the rest of the like gold parts of the body. We're a little outside the lines. I make them pink instead. Oh, I think that's a pretty lovely looking bird. I'm pretty chill with this like very blue pheasant. Blue with the gold accessories. Blue with the pink handbag. Give it a bowl of seed. Okay, okay. A little. Give me the line art color back. A little. It's a nice, like, fancy. He has a nice little bowl of seed. Trying to even out the thing that I drew. Gifted sub, thank you so much. Ooh. Now, Jaxie B, you are considered one of my subscribers. Hello, welcome. I hope you enjoy my silly little emotes. I made them myself. Ooh. The loves. Cheering. Because I'm glad you like my birds. I'm glad you like my emotes. Maybe I should color in my little pheasant food bowl. Oh my gosh. The eyedropper just doesn't want to function sometimes. I think I'll grab a color, but actually my cursor shifted like half a pixel up. Stole the founder's tag once Strix posted they'd gotten subs up. Ooh. So you were quick on the draw. I really do appreciate the support. I just kind of like decided this year, like, I'm gonna start streaming. And I did. And now here I am. Honestly, I'm having a blast. Like, doing this has been so much fun. And of course, I still get like extremely nervous every time I start the, every time I hit like the go live button. And I'll watch my little starting stream, kind of like, I'll watch the clock counting down, like, oh, I have to start up soon. And I sit there staring at the little scene transition button, like, I am anxious. But it's all okay. Because for some reason, you guys, all of you nerds are just excited to be here. and watch me doodle and be nerd. And now on Sundays, I'm also a gamer. You heard that right, I don't only do world building and art. I am now a certified gamer grill. Yeah, I mean, I try to stay engaged with everybody. I I feel so awkward. I'm like, sometimes I'll just kind of zone in to what I'm drawing. And I think maybe since my first couple streams, I've gotten better about not just like sitting there silently scribbling. But then also there's those moments where like nobody's talking, so I'm like, what do I say here? What do I do? What do I do with my time? And then I just feel like I'm a weirdo artist who's streaming in silence. Gamer girl. Yeah, on Sunday I started playing Graveyard Keeper on stream. It wasn't it wasn't my first time playing Graveyard Keeper, but it was my first time in like 2 years. So it's all been kind of like a relearning experience. I don't know. I think that game is just absolutely superb. It's very funny. I love the characters. The story's cool. I love my little grave digging morbid Stardew Valley game. And the music is so good. Like I remember loading into the game for the first time again and just being hit by that like just the ambiance, the music, and I was just it sounds so good. I miss this game. But yes, we have pheasant and we have bowl of seed. I quite enjoy bowl of seed. Graveyard Stardew, you say? Yes, if you like games such as Stardew Valley, with their lovely music and pixel graphics and resource gathering and even farming, but you also like doing things of very questionable morality to corpses, this might be the game for you. Do you like hauling corpses into your morgue and just taking whatever body parts you see fit? So yes. Beautiful, beautiful pheasant! And now, so I'm wondering, do I also want to make a little flying silhouette of what this bird looks like? Because we have this. We have just the way that all the feathers just kind of splay out and fall all over the place while they're in flight. Could be fun. Also gives us a chance to see kind of what their little undersides look like. Thing looks like a flying menace. It could be. It could very well be a flying menace. I don't know about the behavioral patterns of pheasants in the real life. But I figure there must be a reason that they're so often hunted for sport. Maybe they are just really annoying. But they're also just really pretty. So I imagine their feathers do very well on the market. Assuming you're actually allowed to sell them. I don't know, selling bird feathers is weird. Feathers say it all. Menacing wiggles. Yes, okay, so can we scroll back up to the top? Oh, wow. You guys being rude to each other in my chat? I'll have you know there is a very strict only a little bit of bullying policy in this chat. Oh, turning off the lines layer. There's just all the colors there. Looks pretty fun on its own. Look up a greater sage grouse. Shit's wacky. Well, I guess now I have to. Give me the Google. Ooh. Oh, this is the one that has like the boobas. I am vaguely aware of this bird existing. Hold on, let's have our little distraction break. There you go, boobas bird. Look at this thing. Now that is a bird. That is a bird right there. Let's see what other... See this one? Oh, see, this one got it all on full display. Beautiful. That's a man's bird. Oh gosh. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, there you go. There's the Valentine's Day content for everybody. What is that? That is a greater sage grouse. I mean, but the bird. Oh gosh. Where can I find these creatures? In North America. Ah, it's a Canadian bird. Canadian booba fan. Oh, well, they're also a little on this map. They're in like they're mostly in the U.S. As long as it's not the Tominati. Consume toes. All right. Yeah, Western United States and Alberta, Canada. All right. So if you want some bird titties, you go all the way out there, out west. Freaky ass Canadians. Listen. Sometimes they just be wilding out and it's perfectly normal. I think I shall make... I don't know if I wish to fully draw out what it looks like in flight. I can maybe stick to some kind of general silhouette kind of vibe. I think that would be pretty ideal. It's a long trip for Borb titties. Listen. You're telling me you wouldn't drop everything and run if you were offered the opportunity to go look at some bird titties? I'm just saying. Havoc is driving. Well, I guess you've been volunteered. For rethinking all my life choices up to this moment. Alright. Yeah, I think that's probably something that we'll do. And a rough estimation of what pheasants look like while they fly. They look a little goofy, to be honest. Gorgeous patterns. Goofy body shape. Not to bully any birds. Oh man, oh no. Goofy body shape. No, listen, you have a lovely body shape. Don't know how I feel about. I do not like what I have done. Maybe yes, we have our little lovely little shape. And yeah, why not? We'll color it in too. So this whole body is all blue. And right up until where the tail feathers actually take off, it's also blue. You know, maybe the undersides of the wings are also that same color blue. Like maybe the whole underside of the bird just doesn't have those colors. But the head does. Now I'm gonna have to like re-add all that gold to the neck. So let us get it, let us collect it. Beautiful. I can imagine people like seeing this bird. Oh my gosh, I'm a fool. I just noticed we can't see. How could I do this to myself? How could I do this to you? But here's our little bird. It's currently looking like Ukraine bird. Blue-yellow. But yes, I do apologize. I did not even notice that I did not have my little screen turned back on. I was so disoriented by that whole bird boob experience that I just didn't even look back at Streamlabs to see that my scene was not correct. Our little sketch. I'm a huge fan of this bird. I know I'm the one who made it, but like, still. I'm allowed to like my own bird. There's the pink streakies in there. Ooh, pink. I'll like that bird for you. You better like that bird. Is that a threat? Yes. Now, now I don't like that bird. Well, too bad. You don't have a choice. You like the bird. Period. The end. I have made the choice for you that you like this bird. Do not unlike the bird. You are forbidden. It is not permitted. Unauthorized unliking of bird detected. Yeah. I think that is a lovely, lovely little collection. Lovely little bird drawing. I kind of want to just grab this and flip it this way so it doesn't look like this bird sketch is like flying into the butt of the larger bird. Just right into the cloaca, if you will. Send that bird to the bird explosion chamber immediately. I had that chamber removed from the kingdom a very long time ago. We can no longer explode birds. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. Pheasant. And we have now saved the pheasant. Do I still have? Yes, I still have my file manager open. Drop that file in there. Now this is the Pines pheasant. Artist is me. Now we pop back into this Bestiary February article. Copy that. Paste that. Oh, I have been away for too long. It is now yelling at me again. And now I must redo what has just been done. Allow me to copy paste, please. And numerically now, what prompt did I just do? 27, stock. Prompt 27, stock. This is not the red lace anymore. This is the Pines pheasant. Get rid of that old description. Go acquire the image. Paste in the code. Now we come up with our little description for our pheasant. Let's see. The Pines pheasant. It's native to say Arcevella's eastern. Arcevella's eastern grasslands. We shall arbitrarily decide if it'll be east or west. Where it is commonly hunted. Both for food and for sport. Oh, and I did kind of want to mention it while I just gazed upon them and kind of noticed them a little more than I had been before. I got my nails painted. Or I didn't get them painted, I painted them myself. But they're like this kind of like really light, kind of greenish blue, and they have little black speckles all over them, and so they look like robin eggs. They look like little robin eggs, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect for bird month. Nailed it. Yeah, they were perfect. Nah, they made me happy. So I'm kind of doing this thing where I'm just testing out every nail polish I own to make sure that they're actually still usable and worth keeping. And so before I put any of them like into my little bathroom display, I'm just putting them on and wearing them out and seeing if they're still good. So I don't have like this stockpile of old nail polish that I can't even wear anymore. We're trying the whole decluttering 2023. And honestly, after moving, it has been very successful. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I still have a lot of stuff. But the good ones get displayed in the bathroom. The bad ones stay in the dark cupboard. Oh no. I think my bad ones are just gonna get thrown out. That's icky. Anything gunky, anything icky, and frankly, anything that's like way too hard for me to open. I fought with so many nail polish containers before. It's not worth it. There's no nail polish worth breaking my fingers to try and open. Commonly thought to be named for the forest pines of the Northlands, their name comes not from the environment, but from their own behavioral patterns. These birds are notorious for falling in love with humans. They will proceed to stalk for as long as they are able, performing various courtship rituals. Yes, they will proceed to stalk for as long as they're able, performing various courtship rituals in the hopes of capturing their victim's heart. So if you are ever out in the field and you are now being stalked by a pheasant, congratulations, it loves you. Now we go back to this page, we refresh, and oh-ho, there it is, the pheasant. There it is on our page, and oh my gosh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birds now in our collection. It's so cute. It's irking me a little bit that this is like 2 lines past the bottom of the picture, but oh well. We can cut some stuff out of it. Great, being stalked by a pheasant. Yep, yeah, you can't get rid of them. What are you gonna do? Throw a bird? It'll just fly back. I don't think that's gonna change anything. Yeah, no, not really. Bird explosion? Do not explode the bird, please. There shall be no exploding of birds. I'm chipping away at things like word by word. Wait, how did that make it longer? Oh my goodness. I'm having like weirdly I'm having like the opposite of a writer problem. Like I'm having too many words. Usually the struggle is to collect enough words. Maybe. Ugh. I'm just trying to get that one little word, this one little patterns up so it's not alone on a little. I mean, if I stretch out the page to the size it's supposed to be, it is completely fine for the description to be the way it is. So I shall leave it. It'll be a-okay. Yeah, so we did it. We did our goal. We got both of the birds to finish today that we wanted to do. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with these 2 birds that we've made today. Behold, birds. I hope you enjoyed the little sippy. Ooh. Mug empty. Sippy has been had. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed my little Valentine's Day special. We have the lovey birds who love each other very much, and we have the lovebird who loves you very much. I'm quite happy with both of these birds. And I'm very happy that you guys just came and hung out with me while I drew these little birds. Worked on my little challenge. I love my bird. Aw. You know, for that you get hearts from me. And so, with that said, this is where I will be finishing up my stream. And now, because I am now finished with what I was doing, I think I will send you to catch a stream that is actually featuring one of my favorite humans on the planet. And that is Grinning Hazard is doing a little date night stream, him and Sabs, and I know many of us in this chat love Sabs. So I would love to send you guys over to Grinning Hazard playing Splatoon 3, little date night. You're so close to you being able to read my article. Well, okay, I can't actually do it on Saturday because I'm not actually going to be available on Saturday. I can't stream on Saturday this week anyway. Maybe Sunday, but Sunday's gaming stream, I don't know. I can pause to read an article. I don't know. I promise you there will be ample opportunity in the future. But hey, yes. We are going to go out on a raid. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching. I hope you have an excellent, wonderful rest of your evenings. Drink your water, eat your food, take your meds, do everything you have to. And yes, we shall begin this raid. Yeah, thank you for the stream. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in, more importantly. Yes. Arm yourselves. We prepare for bird raid. It's time. Goodbye.
Birds! Oh,
I'm here.
they're here.
Hello.
They're right here.
But now I lose.